Hi, I'm Katie, and in this vlog series, I'll be exploring the theory of intersectionality and applying it specifically to discrimination and disparities in our healthcare system. As both a student nurse and a clinical staff member in several major Boston hospitals, my eyes have been opened firsthand to the inequalities that exist all around us in the US healthcare system, many of which are seldom even recognized. In this first vlog, I feel that it is important that I define intersectionality and explore its origins so that I can go on to apply the theory to the healthcare system later on in order to understand the inequalities and disparities that are so deeply ingrained within it. To begin, what does intersectionality mean and where did the term come from? Kimberly Crenshaw developed the theory of intersectionality over 30 years ago now, but it still remains as relevant as ever today, if not even more so than ever before. Crenshaw's original discovery of intersectionality arose from the intersection of sexism and racism, noting that while all women may face gender-related discrimination and that all Black, Indigenous, or people of color, otherwise known as BIPOC individuals, may face race-related discrimination, BIPOC women are subjected to disproportionately more discrimination than either white women or BIPOC men. But who better to explain the theory than Crenshaw herself? The following is a TED Talk that Crenshaw did in 2016 to discuss her intersectionality theory and apply it to the issue of police brutality against Black women.
What do you call being impacted by multiple forces and then abandoned to fend for yourself? Intersectionality seemed to do it for me. I would go on to learn that African American women, like other women of color, like other socially marginalized people all over the world, were facing all kinds of dilemmas and challenges as a consequence of intersectionality, intersections of race and gender, of heterosexism, transphobia, xenophobia, ableism. All of these social dynamics come together and create challenges that are sometimes quite unique.
Crenshaw's intersectionality theory has been applied to many aspects of the human experience. She originally developed the theory in 1989 to reflect how Emma DeGraffenreid and several other Black women were not offered appropriate legal protection by the court when they expressed claims of discriminatory hiring practices against Black women. In the 1976 case of DeGraffenreid versus General Motors, the court claimed that the company did hire both women and Black people, but the court failed to understand the significance that all the women that they hired were white and all the Black people that they hired were male. The court ruled that Black women could not have, quote, two swings at the bat by making both gender-related and race-related discrimination claims. Crenshaw, however, understood that what DeGraffenreid and the other Black women were subjected to was actually representative of a much larger social issue. She recognized the synergistic effects of multiple forms of discrimination, namely, in this case, racism and sexism, and so the intersectionality theory was born. As Crenshaw touched upon, her theory is very broad in scope. Its applications are not limited to only the intersection of racism and sexism for BIPOC women. The intersectionality theory includes all forms of prejudice and discrimination. To name a few major types of prejudice that are especially relevant in our healthcare system, there is ageism, transphobia, homophobia, ableism, xenophobia, classism, and religious prejudices such as Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, and more. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to understand the applications of the intersectionality theory to the many disparities that exist in our healthcare system. Bye!